All right, it's me again. We are going to read the story of the week, which is Super Oscar. So go ahead and go get your reading book so that you can follow along. I will wait while you get your reading book. Pause the video if I'm not, you're not ready. All right, got your reading book? Good. Turn to page 140. Don't go to the next page until I tell you. Got it? So now, on page 140, we're looking at Super Oscar. All right, who's the author of our story? All right, this week, the story is written by Oscar de la Hoya. Okay? So now, what type of a story is it? Look to the side of page 140. What kind of a story? It's a fiction story, so that means the story is not real. It is made up, okay? So I want you to keep in mind, remember we talked the other day about setting and characters. Characters are the person or the animal that are in the story, okay? Sometimes you have a lot of characters. Sometimes you have just a few characters, okay? So let's take, who do you think our main character is? Well, if I had to guess, I would say it is a boy named Oscar because the title of it is called Super Oscar. So remember, the setting in a story, it could change. It could be in one place the whole story, or it could be in a lot of different places. Like you could go from a house to the school to the park, okay? So keep in mind the different settings that we'll have in the story. So turn to page 142. Oscar was a daydreamer. So now, who's the character, the main character? It's Oscar. How do we know? Well, because his name is in the title and it's in the very first sentence. Okay? Now, do you remember what daydream means? Yeah, it means you're awake and you're dreaming. You're thinking about things. Okay? So a daydreamer is somebody who daydreams. Good. Turn to page 144. When Oscar rode the bus to school in the morning, he daydreamed the whole ride away. At school, Oscar would daydream straight through his lunchtime. And when he rode the bus home from school, he daydreamed some more. So now, when did Oscar daydream? Yeah, he daydreamed all day long. Where has he daydreamed? What did our picture on 144 tell us? Where? What setting? At home, on the bus, and at school. Okay? Good. So, at breakfast, Oscar daydreamed as his pancakes got cold and his orange juice got warm. His father said, "Oscar, it's good to dream, but sometimes you need to take your head out of the clouds to get things done." "Right," Oscar said. So now, what does Oscar's father tell him about daydreaming? That it's okay to dream, but sometimes you have to stop to get things done. Good. All right, turn to page 146. On Saturday in Oscar's neighborhood, everyone got together for a picnic in the park. People brought all sorts of food, and there were games to play. Oscar's mother was in charge of making the list so that everyone knew what to bring. Oscar would run around his neighborhood to give out the list. One week, a certain daydreamer forgot to give them out. So now, our story says a certain daydreamer forgot to give out the picnic list. Who is that? Yeah, it's Oscar. So what do you think he was doing instead? Yep, he was probably daydreaming and he totally forgot to get something done. Good, good. All right, turn to page 148. That Saturday, Oscar was lying on the grass, looking at the shapes in the clouds. His mother called, "Oscar, you never gave out the list. We'll have to cancel the picnic. There won't be anything to eat." "Don't worry, Mommy," Oscar said as he jumped up. "There's still time. So now, what's our problem in this story? Oscar forgot to give out the list. How do you think he's going to fix it? How is he going to solve the problem? What's our solution to our problem? Okay, well, let's see. Turn to page 150. And in a flash, Oscar zipped away. He rushed to the grocery store. He bought everything he needed and raced to the park. 20 minutes until the picnic. Oscar quickly unpacked the groceries and set the picnic tables. 15 minutes until the picnic. Turn to page 152. Next, Oscar made up a humongous batch of guacamole following Tia Raquel's recipe, for the most part. 10 minutes until the picnic. Then, Oscar began whipping up the cream for the strawberry shortcake dessert. 5 minutes until the picnic. So now remember that most stories have a plot, and the plot is about a problem that the main character usually has to solve. Okay? So now, what was Oscar's problem? He forgot to give the list out to the people. So now, how is he solving it? Yeah, it looks like he's doing everything himself. Good. So now turn to page 154. The clock struck noon. It was time for the picnic to begin. All of Oscar's friends and neighbors came into the park. Oscar was excited until he realized there was no music. Oscar taught a few friends a tune. They performed it beautifully as everyone was arriving at the picnic site. Okay, who are his friends that he's teaching music to? Yeah, it looks like squirrels and some birds. So now, let's think, up until now, has this been a fantasy or a realistic story? Yeah, more so realistic. I mean, Oscar could kind of do all this stuff, but now, can you really teach, like he is doing, can you teach animals to perform a tune? Like to give them a concert? No, so that part is fantasy. Good. Alright, turn to page 156. This picnic started with Oscar's favorite event, the empanada eating contest. So now, what's the setting in this part of the story? Where's Oscar at? Yeah, he's at the picnic in the park. Okay? What is Oscar doing? He's in an empanada eating contest. Who do you think the other people are on page 156? Yeah, they're just other people in the neighborhood. Good. Turn to page 158. It was the best picnic ever. Turn the page again to 160. By the time the strawberry shortcake was served that afternoon, Oscar was nowhere to be found. So how does Oscar feel at this point? Yeah, he's tired. He's sleeping underneath the table. Okay? Sweet dreams, Oscar. So now, is Oscar daydreaming? No, he's regular dreaming. Good. Good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this story. Okay? So now, read it. Make sure you read it again before you take Friday's story quiz. Alright? Bye, guys. Have a good day.